At www.ufozone.ning.com. Hopefully we got some people in the chat room there talking about this stuff, and I appreciate everybody sincerely listening to my story. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. I assure you your trust in me is not misplaced. We all have an internal lie detector. I'd hope I passed yours, because if I didn't, yours is not working properly. I swear on everything precious to me, everything I say is true. All right, so music. We'll be right back with Allison Cruz. Thanks for listening, everybody, to the AlienPhotog Radio Show, Party 93.4. Here you go. All right, Space Chickens, and we're back with Allison Cruz. Allison, how are you doing today?
I'm tired, but I'm okay.
Are you up late last night chasing aliens, or?
No, actually we had snow and sleet and all that, so they weren't out, and I got to get caught up online with things I've been missing out on, trying to find out what's going on in the rest of the world, trying to find similar cases to what you and I have been witnessing. We added Chicago to the list of them. There's another one I'm waiting to find out where they're located at, because they don't say on their channel where they're at.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, I've seen them popping up everywhere too. And for people who might be new to you, why don't you explain a little bit? Just I told them that you film all sorts of UFOs, but for people who haven't seen your videos on YouTube, why don't you tell them a little bit just about the history of what you've been doing here and when it all started and what all you've been seeing?
Well, the main bulk of what we've been seeing here actually started since May 13th of 2009. We saw a big orange UFO moving in kind of a slight snake-like pattern across the sky. And it was just a big orange blob, and it wasn't very bright. My camera couldn't pick it up, the old camcorder I had. And it happened again. I almost stomped on that one, actually. It happened again on the May 18th. We kept seeing, coming out of Monroeville, Pennsylvania, back from the mall, we saw a big, bright, golden mini sun-looking thing on the top of the ridge. I took some kids home. On the way back, we saw another one. It was up by a radio tower. We decided to try to chase it, me and my daughter. It disappeared, the light just went out. It was huge, it was like, how could nobody see that,
A question I have a lot, too.
Yeah, so we decided to go to a farm field across the street from my house. It has almost a, good 360 view from the, high hill there. And while we were up there waiting, looking around to see if we'd see any more, straight up in the air by the Big Dipper constellation, my daughter saw 5. I saw 3 things just moving around, stopping, flashing, taking off in different directions. We were like, holy cow, what the heck's going on, and while we're, we continued to look around. We had no cameras, nothing. And, down, across the valley from my house, this bright mini sun thing just started rising up out of the woods. And, at the time my boyfriend was at the house here, which sits lower than this farm field. He couldn't even see it yet. There was leaves on the trees then, until it rose up so high. And it just hung out there for like at least 15, maybe 20 minutes. It took its good old time, just flickering like a big ball. We were freaking out because it got real bright. We thought it was coming at us, and it dimmed down, it just kind of like went out, like flickered out, like something burned out. And, from that time on, I decided I had to get a good camera. On the 20th of May, I bought a good camera, and it was the next night, the next AM. I woke up about 4 in the morning, this bright flashing thing across the valley there, because my daughter had seen a saucer type thing, glowing red, over the neighbor's house in the valley, in June of 2008. That was the first thing. But it was more like a saucer. And it was glowing red, and it had a little white lights along the bottom edge that flashed back and forth sequentially, and silent and everything. So we've been looking at the skies pretty, after the 18th, we've been looking at the skies hard, I have a house the living room's glass on 3 sides. It's got very high ceilings, alpine style with glass floor to ceiling on the one side that happens to face these woods. But it wasn't until, the thing with the ones flashing lights, pretending to be aircraft like ours that are silent. That was probably the end of March, beginning of April, when what we thought was a plane went and filled up one of the windows. It was that close, that low, and it was absolutely silent.
And that's what a lot of your videos of too, are these fake plane things that I've seen too. And what do you make of them? What do you think? Obviously, a lot of people. We both talked about the ridiculous amount of email we get, or people informing us that they're airplanes, which obviously we've considered. But what do you make of them? Do you think they're alien, or what are your thoughts?
Well, I'd have to assume, since I don't know of anybody in our country or the world that makes something that can go from a little basketball-sized ball of light and expand into something with flashing lights imitating our aircraft. I'd have to say that they're alien to this planet.
I would have to agree with you there.